Welcome people from all around the world, but probably old white Europeans. As a younger white European descendant, I welcome you. You don't have to be European or white, it's just the data says that's what you are. I don't know, that's what it says. Angelina Jordan, House of the Rising Sun. I'm excited to hear this, but this is the first couple of videos I've seen recently where you can really see the crowd. And I saw some comments asking about what people were chatting about. Obviously, I don't know. I'm just reading the comments. You know, I'm in there like a ninja spy. Like, what are they saying? What are they saying now? And I feel like, why not admit something to you, which is not that weird, but it's kind of weird. Maybe not that weird. When I go to big shows, like that are outdoors, my favorite way to take the show in is to actually get in the very back of the crowd with a frisbee and throw a frisbee back and forth to a buddy or two while listening to amazing music. I swear. That's like, I don't really feel a need to be up close. And I understand a lot of people do. A lot of my friends are that way. A lot of my friends thought like I didn't like the music. It's like, no, I kind of need to be active while I'm listening to the music. Probably ADD or some type of mental thing. That's just true. I don't know what you're gonna do with that information. Maybe if you're like that, I don't know, there's others of us like that. Let's go, House of the Rising Sun. Hey.
The next song is called House of the Rising Sun by the Ellis.
Okay, so this is the first song I've seen from this. This is the third song I've seen from this performance, and this is the first one where the actual band is playing. Is it sped up? Nope. Bro, can I not always find something to complain about? I don't know if it's a good idea. I am not a percussionist. I played some drums, but I'm not good at them. But I played with, if you do band music, you're always around a drummer. I wonder with the I wonder if like less of that ride cymbal. I feel like the most active thing right now is that ride cymbal. Okay, actually, hold on. Let me clarify what I'm saying. I think the whole band sounds awesome. I think everything the drummer's doing sounds great. Like when she's not singing, I think they all sound great. But I feel like with her singing, it's a little powerful. Which is right. If you saw the last video, I was like, I wish there was more power. And I'm like, I wish there was less power. Because it could be like a ta 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 ta. That might not work. That might be a bad idea. But the ta 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 ta. I actually love the sound of it, but it seems a little busy for her phrasing. I wonder if you guys think I'm just making this shit up. Like, why is he always complaining about something? Also, how about this? Keep the same rhythm on the ride, but less volume. So instead of ta 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 ta, instead of I'm sorry, you're gonna kill me. You're gonna kill me. But I need to like correct my statements as I'm like learning more. I see that there's an overhead mic right on top of that cymbal, and also the cell phone is pretty close to the front of the stage. So I think maybe the drummer's doing like a really nice job with the dynamics. It's just the way it's mic'd and how close this camera is to the stage. Just that ride cymbal is really loud. I promise I'm gonna shut up about it. I'm gonna shut up about it. I just want to, like, as I think about it, I want to like tell you, I've said enough. I ain't gonna talk about that cymbal no more. Okay, let's focus on the singer. Shout out, everybody's doing an excellent job. Keys, bass, guitar, drums, everyone's doing great. Like, it actually sounds, I mean, I'm not gonna go instrument by instrument on like why I think it's awesome, but I do think they're doing a really stellar job. That keys player. She's nailing it. Actually, the band is fantastic. You see how they just like went nuts for a second and then they all came down together? So they're not trying to be like weird. They're not trying to be like, let me show you how good I am. They're working as a team and they're doing a really good job. It's just, it can be tricky to like sort it all out. I think maybe Angelina could use like a little bit of overdrive or something. Like, what? Her voice is amazing. Bro, I'm not saying her voice is not amazing. I'm saying kick it into overdrive. We call them like boosts or whatever, but like a little something, a little extra added on, not from her voice, but from the sound system to like kick it up. It's kind of like, kind of like the Tour de France when they found out like the top 10 people all were doping. It's like, if the other 5 are doping, now this other one's got a dope. So like, everyone in the band is amped up and they've got all this extra equipment and energy and sound design going on. Now she's like the only person that doesn't have it. So now she needs a little bit of them vitamins to like kick her over the top. She sounds amazing. She just gotta like cut through. Ooh, keyboard solo. No, nope. Yeah, dude, that was fantastic. And if you're here at the end, I want to try to like clear up what I'm saying in case you don't understand or something. Not that you're, dumb and you can't understand it. But a lot of times, if you don't play live music or you haven't played in a band where you use sound altering devices, it can seem like cheating or like you're making up for something or whatever. And it's like, no, not really. It's kind of like the difference between a suit and a tailored suit. You could have 2 copies of the same suit, and if one's tailored, it looks better, it sits better. Is that cheating? I don't think that's cheating. It's just finding the suit and then tailoring it. So there are things that happen when you're working with other people where once you hear what the bass and the keys and the drums sound like, and you can add whatever else you want to that auxiliary percussion, horn section, string section. Once you hear the total dynamic range and impact of the arrangement and of all the people playing, you're like, oh man, I have to add something extra. And a lot of times, people who don't use little altering devices, they always think, okay, I'm just gonna sing with more passion, I'm gonna play with more passion, I'm gonna play louder, I'm gonna, But what turns out is there's a limit to that. Once you really start pushing at the top of your range, whatever that is, singing, playing, you end up with tension and your actual performance quality starts to suffer. So really what you wanna do is go like, okay, I'm willing to give 85% of my range because that's as much as I can do without sacrificing the quality that I'm doing. Okay, now that this is what I can do at 85%, what can I add in my signal chain to let me compete with the guitars and the basses and all that stuff? And just one little history thing. The only reason guitars are plugged in, the only reason they're amplified is because back in the day when they were doing like jazz and all that other stuff, guitars were not amplified at all. And then once there was like loud horns and loud drums and stuff, the guitar could not compete. And so someone's like, oh, why don't we just make the guitar louder? That was the first instance of cheating. We're just gonna make it louder so you can actually hear it. And then once you go, I'll make it louder, you go, well, what else could I do to it? I thought it was awesome though. It's probably the fastest and most powerful band arrangement I've seen her do. And she's right there. She's right there with it the whole way through. I thought she might get kind of like, I thought the timing might mess her up. Not that she, not that she can't hold her own, but I thought the timing might mess her up. But she did get kind of overpowered by the band. But I thought the band, so you could say, well, tell the band to play less. That's true, you could tell them that. But I think the band actually sounded great. So I would have whoever's doing the mixing or whatever, or setting up the miking, let's just push Angelina on top. But I think the band actually sounded fantastic. And I think she sounded fantastic too. But when you're going up against that many instruments, you ever been trying to talk and have a conversation around a drum set? It's impossible.